We have seen how we can embed a Shockwave object, such as a YouTube video, in previous tutorials. In this one we're going to look at the Shockwave object as a separate file and import it into our Word document. It can be referenced from three different places. We can take it directly from the internet, reference it to the URL. We can take it from our local network or intranet. This really requires us to be working with a mapped drive scenario so that each of the computers that might open the file will be able to find it at the same specific location within that intranet. And we can also embed the video inside the Shockwave, inside the Word document itself, although there are some file size limitations that one would want to take into consideration if you're going to do an embedding, a true embedding with inserting it into the Word document. So you really want to have very small Shockwave files if you're going to have them sitting inside. Now that becomes quite nice when you want to have little animations within your Word document that might make it highlight certain things. So for example, you can see here I've got a little Shockwave animation sitting within my Word document and that is just a set of arrows. Now what we're going to need is we're going to need to have some Shockwave files sitting on your computer or at a URL that you're aware of that you can use. So you can go and make yourself a nice little banner for your Word document. For example, flashvortex.com will let you get one of those, and if you want something like these arrows you could go and get those from this website here. Download it to your computer, and once you've got it down then you'll be in a position where you can reference it, or if you've got it already on a specific site that you wish to use, then you can just copy the URL. Having got your animation, having made it, we're going to upload it back into a website where you can store your material so it can be referenced. So upload it to a website, copy the URL, and then we're ready to paste it into the Shockwave player field. For example, I have a banner that I have made and I put it at this address here. So I'm just going to copy that for a moment. Let's, in developer mode, go and create a new Shockwave object. Get ourselves going. Just use the S key as a shortcut to jump down. Here's my object. Now it's inserted itself in. I'm just going to stretch it out to get a nice shape. It's a bit big for what I'm going to be putting in, so I'll make it a bit smaller there, and it's gone and put it on the next page, which I don't want. I'm going to try and drop it a bit higher there. My computer's having a bit of a think because it doesn't like doing all this work while recording at the same time. So here's my object. I'm now going to go to Properties, Movie, and I'm just going to paste in the address. As you can see, it's just a straight URL address. Close, close, and there is my banner. It's been put straight in. So very, very simple procedure. As long as you've got an SWF file at a URL that you have access to, then you can put it into your location. Now, if we wish to take one off our computer or off a network drive that's going to be accessible by whoever's going to see this, it's very similar sorts of procedure. I'm just going to come and create a new box. Again, it defaults to making these quite large, which is a little unfortunate. I'd rather, and since I'm at the bottom of a page, it's not saying it's got enough room to be able to move things around, but we'll try and, oh, it doesn't want to squeeze back up there, that's the problem. Where did it go? There it is there. As soon as I move it, it decided it wanted to get too big. There we go. It's going to go above the other one, but that's okay. We'll make it a bit smaller because we're just going to put something quite small in there, a little set of our arrows. Now we can format this in terms of its layout and how it's moving around, and that might make things a little bit easier. if I grab it and then I drag it across, and then I can have some more space with it. I'm going to want to again put it in as a movie, and I need to now go and get that movie, so we'll just close that for the moment. And I'm going to bring up my set of Shockwave files that I've got sitting here, and I'm going to use this red one. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and press the right mouse button, and now I get copy as path, which will copy the actual path to the file, which is a useful one. I come back here, properties, and in my movie I can then paste that in. The only thing I've got to remember is when having copied like this, I now have a quotation mark at the end and a quotation mark at the very beginning, which I want to delete, and then I'm going to close that and then take off design mode, and here is my little set of arrows that are now put in. So that's let me use the path to, in this case it was to D drive, but it could be any mapped drive that you have. If the person who's going to receive the file has the same mapping, then this will work. Now obviously there's circumstances where you really don't know whether the document's going to stay within your intranet, and you also don't know whether the person is going to have internet access. So we can truly embed a file in our Word document. Again, be aware of the sizes that you may inflate the file to by doing that, but it's much the same sort of procedure. So we're going to use a file that we're going to embed. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create an object. This time we're at the bottom of my document, so hopefully I won't have problems with it leaping around. Change the size because it's going to be a banner again this time. Let's go back to my little set here, and I'm going to put this one here in, which is called Shift and right click to get the copy as path. That will let me paste it into my movie data here. Remember, I have to get rid of the quotation marks at either end, and I'm going to come up to here where it says embed movie and change this to true, and then I'm going to close, and I'm going to remove the design mode, and now I have embedded the movie into my document. Now I actually like to remove the original reference point, so I'm going to go back and do that. Come back to design mode and properties, make sure I've got the correct object. Here it is here, and it is embedded, so I'm just going to click in here, highlight it and press the space bar and close.